Let me tell you, it's 4 o'clock and I'm already tired. It's been a day. We both woke up at like 3:26 a.m. Because we had an alert on our phone because there was a tornado warning. We're outside of Philadelphia. Why is there a tornado warning? We're supposed to not be in an area that has natural disasters like that. So anyway, because of this tornado that happened, or may not have happened, I don't know. I haven't really seen proof that it actually touched down anywhere. Whatever did happen knocked out the power at my work. I had the day off today because my work doesn't have power. Hi, Pikachu. So I had these great intentions of making sure I got a lot of work done today, a lot of sewing, and that did not happen. Partially because I went back to sleep after I found out work was closed, and partially because I had other things I do. I had to go out run errands and clean, like do some very minimal cleaning of my house. I definitely should have done a better job, but I tried. Anyway, now it's 4 o'clock. My husband's gonna get home around 6:30, and I want to see if I can squeeze some sewing in. So I just finished my my steampunk dress on Friday into Saturday. I guess it was Saturday. It was like in the morning. I want to say it was like 1 in the morning. So now I'm jumping into a new project. This is one I've wanted to do for a while. I'm doing a sack back dress. If you've seen my videos for the 18th century undergarment series, I'll post a link somewhere, I guess in the description. That was what all of this was for. I got my fabric. I have this beautiful teal taffeta, and I am in love with it. I love this color. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun for this project, so we'll see. Now, I know that I want one of my accent colors to be gold, so I have this nice gold lace that I got online. I'm going to post links for where I got my fabric and my trim in the description below. I also have this really nice gold braid. So I have, I think, about 22 yards of this. I hope it'll be enough. We'll see. If it's not, I'll just order more. So originally I bought all this stuff for a event that I'm going to in Williamsburg, but I don't know if I'm actually going to it now. We'll see. But I figured it's a good opportunity to make the dress anyway, especially because I wanted a sack back dress for a while. This is exciting. I've never made a sack back dress before, so this is going to be a whole new experience. Hopefully I don't mess it up too badly. And, that's it. I don't know what else to say. I guess I should get sewing. Here is the petticoat for my gown. I have it all nice and hemmed. Now I did cheat a little bit and I hemmed this all as one length. I figured that would just be the easiest way to go. And honestly, I did hem it pretty quickly, but now I'm kind of debating on if I should cut the silk or not. Originally my plan was to do false seams to make it look like it was multiple panels of fabric. I'm not sure if that's the right option now, though. I think it might be easier to cut the silk into a smaller panel on the front for the trims. So I might do false seams on the back, but then actual seams on the front. The only problem with that is I need to work up the courage to cut this silk. Which is probably... I mean, in theory, that should not be as hard as it is, but we all know what it's like to cut into a beautiful fabric and be afraid that you're going to mess up. Alright, I just have to do it. Okay, so the back is all pleated up. Just pinned for now. I can always adjust later if I need to. But all in all, I'm happy and it all came together very easily, which was a relief. I am glad I made up the back first because the pleats came up to about right here, which I don't think is going to go over far enough, just in case. So I'm actually probably going to trim the dress out a little bit more. In hindsight, I could have made this whole back out of a cheaper fabric, but I did not do that. I don't know why I did not do that. I usually do that. I guess I wasn't thinking. But anyway, back is all pleated. Now I get to work on the front. So I made my ruffles, and now I'm just trying to figure out the placement here. The way I made my ruffles is I pinked the edges first, which I should have a video of. And then I did 2 long lines of basting stitches with a low tension and a long stitch length. And then I just gathered them up. I'm in the process of gathering up this ruffle by hand. My needle is actually even still in it. Before I kept working on this, I just wanted to get the placement settled for my ruffles. I do have a plan, but I don't know how well it's going to work, especially because of how short I am. I don't want the ruffles going all the way up to like my hips. So I figured I would just test it out and try a couple of different things and see what works. So right now I'm considering just doing 2 rows of ruffles and having the sheer bits on top. I kind of like how it looks, honestly. So that might be a contender. Okay, I guess I have to gather up more of this than I thought. I'm working on gathering up the rest of this ruffle. And I'm also attaching a piece of trim to it just to kind of keep everything in place nicely. Okay, so I am doing this by hand, and the reason for that is the gold thread I'm using doesn't like being used in my machine. So I am doing this by hand so the thread doesn't break. Is this the quickest way to do this? No. Is this a historically accurate way to do this? Also no. I did try the historically accurate gathered whip stitch, and it just, it just didn't work with this particular material, or else I didn't bring it down low enough. It could go either way. So what I did here is, it's not particularly neat looking, but that's okay. It's going to be covered up with some trim. I did some quick basting stitches in one direction, a couple inches, went down and did some basting stitches the other way. That's just to help regulate the gathers a bit more. So what I'm going to do, just to make sure I am gathering this down the way I, consistently, I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to see how many fingers it takes up, so I don't have to get out a ruler. Just 3 fingers. And I'm going to pull my threads here and gather that up to about 3 fingers wide. There we go. So I'm doing just a couple little back stitches here. And I'm just going to spread my gathers out evenly. There we go. And then I'm going to put my trim across, and I'm just going to base that on top. I actually have been working slightly longer sections at a time, but I was afraid if I tried doing that on video, it would be too long and something would happen, like my thread would get all tangled, or, I feel like it'd be tempting fate. So there we go. So last one here. And I'm going to do another little knot here just to secure that, and then I'm going to work on the next section. Okay, so this isn't going as quickly as it would if I was doing this by machine, but it's going along all right. So I'm just going to keep plugging away. I'm in the process of pinning my petticoat to a waistband, and I just realized I goofed. I just want to take a moment to talk about where my mistake was, how I'm fixing it, and how it relates to the rest of the dress. So earlier there's a video of me pleating the back of my petticoat. So over here is how it should be for the front of the petticoat. It starts with a box pleat, and then there's knife pleats along the back, pressed towards the front. So this is how it should be for the front. This is how I originally did it on the back of my petticoat, which was incorrect. So over here is how it should be. You do an inverted box pleat here, and then knife pleats pressed towards the back. So now I just have everything kind of pressed in the same direction because I goofed. But this side is how it should be for the back, and this side is how it should be for the front. Give me 1 second and I'm just gonna fix that properly. Okay, so here's the back, all pleated properly, including with the inverted box pleat here. And here's the front with the proper box pleat and the knife pleats going towards the back. Alright, so just so we're clear, back and front. Okay, got that settled at least. Got the bulk of the petticoat done yesterday, so today it's just some hand sewing and I'll be done.